Evening, everybody, and welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. And tonight, I want to welcome a sponsor that I have had for quite a while, Mortgage Audits Online.com. Shawn Adli. I have him on here. I'm going to bring him on right now. We're going to get this show cranking, and we're going to talk about some new services that Shawn offers. So get ready. Meanwhile, you can always go to mortgageauditsonline.com. You want to put in this code right here, Fearless. You're going to get a free $295 free information kit from Shawn. If you're going to get a loan, doesn't matter if you're going to get a house, a car, credit card, personal loan, home remodeling loan, whatever, you should just go to his website and just read his website. It's a wealth of information just in of itself for free. And let me fix his name over here for him. He missed his N. There we go. Can you hear me, Shawn? Seems to be having some technical difficulties. It looks like you're muted, sir.
All right. Hello. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Wonderful. How you doing today, Floyd?
I am doing fine. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I always love coming on your show and love your colorful personality. And the stories, wonderful. Always like hearing your stories.
Yeah, I've got a million of those. Oof, man. Yeah.
I gotta say, I like how you tell the story though. It's a very unique style. Straight to the point, right? Straight to
Yeah.
the good stuff.
Yes, it's a pretty unique experience to say
Yeah,
the
very unique.
I'm still looking to meet somebody like myself, and I haven't even come close.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Wonderful.
It's crazy. So I understand you all have some new services available to the consumer.
Yeah, absolutely. Is it okay if I share my screen so that way they
Oh,
get an
let
idea?
me make sure you have the capabilities. All right,
I
you
want to show the
can
website
do
while I'm
whatever you
talking.
want. Sure, knock yourself out.
Let's see here. Wonderful. Can you see my screen?
Absolutely.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. Hi, so my name is Shawn Adli. I'm the Senior Account Manager and CEO of Mortgage Audits Online. We are a pro-consumer auditing firm, which means we publicly side with the consumer. We conduct securitization audits, mortgage audits, auto loan audits, credit card audits, business loan audits, pretty much any type of audit you can imagine. As long as there's some type of loan, we can audit it. We also do personal loans as well. And we also do document analysis. We do signature analysis where if somebody says they didn't sign something, or there's a family member saying that, if there's someone elderly, we've had situations like that where there's a document and they're saying that, the elderly person did not sign it. We do signature analysis on documents as well, and that can be done on anything. Usually those are done on real estate related documents, but pretty much we can do that on anything. We actually forensically analyze the signatures of people, and we can show within a degree of certainty whether the person actually signed it or not. It's named on the document. But our main services and what we're known for are securitization and mortgage audits on mortgages. Our mortgage audits have been used in legal situations across the country. They've been some big situations as well. And the clients call me back and they tell me some of the outcomes that they had. And I was great and happy to hear that. We've been involved in a lot of different situations. And by being involved, I mean the people that take our reports and use them in different situations. Right now there's a big trend in the country. I've heard of people going into arbitration. So that's a big trend in the country as well. But our company has been around almost 15 years. I mean, I myself started in finance in 2006. But like I said, we're mainly known for our securitization audits and mortgage loan audits. Um, We've recently expanded our services. I have been on Fearless Floyd show before, and I wanted to come on again. And I'm glad he had me on so I could talk about a little bit some of the other stuff that we're doing. We recently expanded, and we're doing a lot more car loan audits and credit card audits as well. But Before I go into that, I'll just briefly speak about our mortgage audits. And our mortgage audits, basically securitization audits and mortgage audits, we have different packages. Okay, we have different tiers. So depending on what you want as a consumer and how deep you want to go, obviously the higher tier, the more you're going to get. So basically we have like it starts at level 1 and it goes up from there. We have our, at the beginner stages, we have like our chain of title audits, where we're basically auditing the chain of title, the chain of ownership. We like to call those straight mortgage audits. And then as you go up, and in the tiers, you'll get into other areas where we're actually doing a full-on securitization audit, where we're showing how many times the loan has been sold, the path of the note, the transfers, all the different players involved, all the hidden players that you don't see on the front end, on the back end, and the path of the note, the profitization, the monetization, and all that good stuff. There's a lot of people talking about that out there. I mean, I was doing a presentation on one not too long ago, and I remember the bond and the securities was worth upwards about 20-30 million dollars. I mean, I've seen them as high as 50 million dollars for some of the securities. And these are securities that monetize and securitize loans. So mortgage loans is one of the big ones in the country. So for those of you who don't know, when you get a mortgage or a loan, typically those are being sold or transferred into a secondary market. So in a sense, the loan is being profited on the front end and the back end. So on the back end, it's a whole nother world. We call it the secondary market. Some lenders, some banks have a specific room assigned to it, and just picture like a trading boiler room type thing. Not to say it's a boiler room, but it's kind of like a bunch of guys in there with computers, and they're packaging loans up from the front end and then selling them to other banks, other institutions, other securitization trusts. It's millions of dollars. It's a lot of money. And then once those loans are securitized, and they're making money off the interest on the back end, and they're monetizing it, and they get investors to buy into the securitization trust, into the bonds, and then they continue to make money. It's just a lot of money. And some of these investors are big corporations that invest in these bonds. It's huge. And some of the big names that you will hear on a regular basis out there. So really, that's what we, in a nutshell, what we do on the mortgage audit side. And, it's important because, me as a consumer, I feel like I should know what's going on with my loan. I feel like I should know. And, there's a lot of disclosures that we sign at closing that give us those rights. So, I sign a disclosure that says, okay, I am a privy to this information. I have a right to know what's going on. So, as a consumer, thankfully, in this country, we do have rights. There are laws out there that protect us as consumers and as, people that take out loans, as the consumer, as the payee of the loan. So what we do is we basically do the research and investigation into the loan. And from that research and investigation, from the best auditors in the country do work for us, and that's a fact in this industry. And from that research and investigation, a report is produced. And that report, depending on which tier you purchase, is either going to be like a mortgage audit or a securitization audit or a loan audit. And that from the research and investigation, all that's going to be compiled into the report. And that report has screenshots, it has information, it has the bond values, it has the securities, it shows all that information. It's very, very comprehensive. And for those of you watching this at a later date, if you go, this is the website right here. It's mortgageauditsonline.com. And you can actually view sample reports. If you click on sample reports here at the top, there's a bunch of buttons here. And if you click sample reports here in the middle, this page here will actually show you in video format different examples of securitization audit reports, mortgage audit reports, and there's a bunch of videos you can watch here, okay? And they're very comprehensive. We also do loan balance accounting reports as well, where people want to check their balance. But really the main stuff is going to be your securitization audits. And you see here, I'll just click on this video here. This is like kind of an example of one. And you see there's a lot of technical information. There's a lot of the screenshots and the information of the bonds. So it's very comprehensive. And I would definitely recommend for those watching this video or this presentation at a later time to definitely go on this page and look at these samples. And so here you're going to see mainly the securitization audits at the top for mortgage and the mortgage and the home loans. Um, but yeah, so basically those reports are compiled, and then that report is very comprehensive. And there's also some add-on reports that are included as well that show different things depending on which tier you go to. That show like the information relating to the licensing of the lender, that relate to the contract of the actual contract, that relate to some of the identification information on there. Like there's a different record keeping information on there that we investigate, and the information on the verbiage, the information on the disclosures that were supposed to be provided. So it's a very all-encompassing, all-around package. And the difference really with us and some of these other companies out here is really the concept of layering. So, instead of just getting one report or one extra witness, you're getting multiple reports. So you're getting the main report and then you're getting add-on reports. So like our premium package, we call it the Diamond package. And if you want to see that, you would just click here on Diamond Report Package Deal. When you go on the website, it's going to be this green button right here on the right-hand side. And when you click on that, there's a presentation that explains what that is. And basically that's our higher end package. And basically what you're getting is 5 separate reports, okay? 5 separate reports that are basically auditing the same mortgage. So it's 5 separate reports that are auditing the mortgage at different angles, okay? And you're getting 2 extra witnesses. You get the main one and then you get a secondary one. So that's the premium package offering. It's basically 7 total items. So, this concept called layering, called overwhelming force, right? That's what we like to call it here, where basically instead of just submitting one report or one extra witness in your case or whatever your dispute, your mediation, arbitration, however you're going about it, even just dispute between parties, you're in a sense, the idea is the theory is that when a client submits 5 reports and 2 extra witnesses, it overwhelms the other side, whether it be an attorney, whether it be a financial institution's attorney, whether it be some big time law firm, okay? Regardless, those reports, okay, the theory is that it's going to overwhelm them with overwhelming force and layer many violations and things that we have uncovered to put pressure on them to try to get the situation resolved. Okay, that's the theory. That's our theory, and we innovated and we came out with this because we saw this work in other cases, in big cases. Okay, because you have to understand, when you submit these reports, the attorney of the bank side, he has to go through all this stuff. Okay, and think about it. If he's not that technical, or if they don't really want to go through it, and if they're at that point where they want to settle, I've seen that in some cases where they offer to settle after they see the reports because it's so much information. You have to understand there's a technical aspect to these information in the reports. So in a sense, does he really want to go hire another auditing firm? Take a few more months, go review their information, have his paralegal, or is the attorney of the bank, just wanting to resolve it right there? So that's the theory. So really, it's a tool in your arsenal. It's a very important tool, and it's very crucial in our opinion to have a full-on mortgage audit. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you have all this information, and that's used as leverage. It's like having, those tools that you need to get the job done. This is one of the most important, if not the most important tool in that arsenal, especially if you're going back and forth with a bank or financial institution, or even, a collections company, a collection agency. So, you want to have something, it's recommended to have something in there to counteract what they're doing and to throw them off, and think about it. If there's some serious stuff uncovered, I've seen some very interesting audits in my career. You have to look at it from their perspective. Do they really want this information getting out there on the public docket? Do they really want this audit, and this case going public? Do they really want a can of worms to be opened? Of course they don't, So that's one of the ways you have to think. You have to kind of get in their shoes and see what is it that their intentions are, and what is it that, how much is it going to cost them to defend the case, as opposed to trying to just settle, especially after they see a bunch of reports that shows and exposes the violations and the errors and the issues there. So that's a very important aspect to what we do here. And that's really why, a lot of people come to us, because we are pro-consumer and the reports are very high quality. So We do have a lot of happy customers out there, and you can also listen to some interviews by clicking here on the side. There's going to be a little house logo. Says interview segment, or you can go up here on About Us. And if you go under interview with a homeowner client, there's going to be a series of interviews on this page. Okay. And so the first one here, and then the second one here is about an hour long. This is a very, very good video here explaining we like to call her a pioneer homeowner. She really, really has done a lot, and for us as a company, and also for consumers out there. And I definitely recommend you watch this video, because her success is absolutely amazing. It's one of those things that I myself live for, and when you see the success somebody like her has, it really motivates myself to do better in what we do, and to make sure that we're doing the proper job for people, because you see in her result, it's just you just need to listen to this interview, and the first one is great as well. So both of these are very happy consumers, happy customers, so I definitely recommend you guys take a look at that. But in summary, in this segment here, basically our main, what we're known for are the mortgage audits and mortgage securitization loan audits, because we when we started the company, that was our main focus. So that's what we're known for. They've been used in legal situations across the country and many other situations. We do get recommendations from a lot of people around the country, and for the most part, people are very happy with our reports. We also do custom work as well. If there is a law firm, or if there is companies out there that want a custom work, we also do that as well, where they just want like a watered down version of the report, or they just want certain aspects of the report. We have custom pricing for that as well, and those are just based on what you need and what information we offer, have that as well available as well. So if there's a law firm out there that wants to engage us in for custom reports, we also do that as well. But yeah, and even for the consumers, if you guys want a custom type of work done, we do custom reports as well. But we are known for our mortgage audits and securitization loan mortgage audits, and that's been our main focus when we started the company. However, we did expand into auto and credit card audits as well, which we will go into in our next segment. But again, in short, I'd recommend, especially for those looking for a mortgage audit, a home loan audit, even for past, present, future. Even if you had one in the past, we can do it. If you have one currently, we can do it. If it's in foreclosure, if it's not in foreclosure, it doesn't matter. We can still do the audit. And also, if you're doing a purchase loan, we can also do an audit on a purchase loan as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Even if you had one done last month or just recently, we can also do that as well. Okay, and for those, I would recommend taking a look at the website. Okay, going through the website here, I definitely recommend going to the sample reports section here, taking a look at the sample reports. We also have a free course available under the download tab. When you look here and you click download, you can download some of the reports, but we have a free course that we give away to the public, especially for Fearless Floyd's members out there who watch this. When you go under download, click on the securitization educational course kit link. We would prefer if you watch this video first, because it explains what you're going to get. And then you can click on the link below, and then there's a password that you put in. And then, and if you guys can also give us a follow on our Instagram page and our YouTube, which would be here as well. We ask that as well, please, as a courtesy. But you would just click here, and there is a password that you put in, and it's a free educational course. A lot of letters, templates, legal items you can read, very comprehensive. So I definitely, for all of those watching, take a look at that as well. So yeah, that pretty much will conclude the first segment, which I was talking about mortgage audits and loan securitization audits. Thank you for those listening. And after this one, there will be a second segment on the auto and credit card audits. Okay, Floyd, did you want me to go to the next one?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm impressed. You've done a lot of upgrading to the website since I've been on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we really expanded, and also we expanded the free course. This course here
Yeah,
has a
absolutely.
lot a lot of good information. So when they click on it, we get a lot of good feedback. And there's also an upgrade that they can purchase to the course that's in there as well. But the free course itself, we get a lot of good feedback from that.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine. Like
Yeah.
I was telling everybody before you even jumped on here to go to your website and just, this was before I even knew you had upgraded it, just to go read it for the free information because it's a wealth of information and knowledge
Yeah.
for anybody who's going to do any type of loan.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
One. Sounds good. So yeah, I'll just go through briefly for the second segment. The auto and the credit cards are pretty much the same, so I'll just combine them in one if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, all right, sounds good. And then after that, if you want to just maybe hit me with some questions, and then I can answer your questions, and then maybe after that we can just conclude it.
Okay. You've
All
you've
right.
you've covered everything so far. I really don't have any for you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
you've
you.
been very thorough and
Yeah.
concise. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
thank you for that.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Okay. So I'll just go into the next segment here. Okay, so this is the next segment in the overview of our company and our website. In this segment, following the mortgage audit explanation overview, I will be going over the auto loan and the credit card audits that we do. We expanded our auto loans and credit cards out there for full audits. And for those of you out there with a auto loan or credit card, student loan, personal loan, business loan, we can pretty much audit any of those. I'll be more talking about auto loans and credit cards because people request those from us right from the mortgage audits. So basically, if you have an auto loan, if you have a credit card, or have had past tense an auto loan or a credit card in the past, okay, well, even if it was closed down, we can still do the audit, okay. Now for auto loans and credit cards, if you've had one in the past, we would need the documentation. Okay. Um, you can contact the company and ask them for a copy of it. If you don't have it, then I believe you can run your credit and find out the information and send that to us, and we'll let you know if we can do it. But just keep that in mind. Obviously, if you have an auto loan or a credit card currently, we can do it because most likely the client, you will have the documentation, but please keep that in mind. Because with mortgages, if somebody doesn't have any documentation, we can still do the audit because we pull the documents from title system. However, auto loan and credit cards are different. Okay, that's going to be consumer. We depend on the consumer to send those documents to us. So please keep that in mind. However, you can still get those copies of those documents from the financial company. Now, auto loans and credit cards are interesting because it's one of those things where pretty much everybody has a credit card. Not everybody has an auto loan, but there's a good percentage of them. Now, when we as consumers obtain an auto loan, obtain a credit card, well, it's the same concept as securitization as mortgages, okay? And this is something where the financial companies are taking the debt that basically is created, right, by us when we sign the documentation. They're taking the debt, whether it be an auto loan or a credit card, and then it's being sold, securitized on the secondary market, okay? So it's being monetized. The debt is being monetized. The note is being monetized and being transferred around, and it finds its way into a securitization trust. Okay. Now that securitization trust, in a sense, then once it's sold into that, the financial company makes money off of that, and then it gets further monetized, and then the interest, and then the investors that invest in those bonds and those securities, and so further money is made off of those. And so it's profitization on the front end and the back end. We call it the secondary market, where they're being sold into. So all the loans that are being sold into the secondary market, that was sold into securitization trust, that's called the secondary market. So it's the same concept with auto loans and credit cards. And so, we as a company, we basically audit the trail. We audit the information using the different research capabilities that we have. And then from that research and investigation, we produce a full report that shows the path of the note, that shows the path of the debt, whether it be an auto loan or a credit card, okay, past or present or future. And so we're showing the path of the debt, the monetization, how many times it was sold, the transfers, the bond values, the securities, and that research and investigation is produced in the report, okay? And that report is very comprehensive. You can actually see a sample right on our website. When you go under sample reports, here at the top, you click there, you have to scroll down a little bit here, and then here's you're going to see the auto loan securitization audit sample, and that's going to be the video here. Okay, you click there, you can watch it right on the website, or you can click it and it'll go to the YouTube link. But this is basically going to be in a video format. You can see an example of auto loan securitization audits. Keep in mind, there are variations to the reports. Not everybody's report is going to look the same, but you get an idea of what you're going to get here, okay, with the screenshots and everything. It's a very comprehensive report, okay? And I definitely recommend for those interested in auto loan or a credit card to check this video out, because the auto loan and the credit card audits are similar, okay? So when you look at this video, you'll get an idea of either or. So, but this video here is specifically showing you an auto loan. But auto loans and credit card reports are somewhat similar. So I definitely would recommend for those interested in that to take a look at that. There's also a student loan securitization audit in here as well, here in this video on the same page. And just a quick little insert into this video. I will say, for those international clients watching these videos, UK, Canada, Australia, Ireland, Switzerland, any other country, there is an international audit that you can look here. This shows you an international securitization audits that we also conduct as well. You can also watch that video here as well on the same page. For our international crowd, I know sometimes I get contacted by people that either see your video or somebody else from another country. And they're like, hey, I saw your video. Do you do international? Yeah, of course we do international. And for international crowd out there that somehow watch this video, and that's the impressive reach of YouTube and your channel, right? So for those international crowds, you can watch that international video right here. International reports across the board are going to look similar. So this video will basically show you what an international report is going to most likely look at for yourself. So for pretty much any type of country, I mean, most of our international clients are coming from UK, Canada, and Ireland. However, we can do pretty much any country as long as there's some type of banking system and as long as there's some documentation we can go off of. Keep in mind, it's for some countries that the documentation is not in English. Please, we would need that translated before you send that over, or we can translate it for you. However, if you do have a translation service in your country, there were some people that tried to send us documents from another country and it was not in English. We would prefer if you convert that. If not, we can then convert it. But yeah, going back to the
is the conversion,
loan,
is that liable upon the client for you to translate it?
well, the thing is like we were getting people that were just sending it to us and email like, hey, can you do this? And I was like, well, I can't read it, right? Because it's not in English.
Sure.
I could decipher the lender name and the loan amount a little bit. And from that, but still, it's like there's some other stuff on there we need to be able to look at. So, for those that, can translate it, just try to translate. There's the basic information. So when they send the email, and they're more than welcome to send their international documentation in. However, they have to understand that we are a US based company. So, we have to have some of the information translated. Like in the email, just write some of the main information translated on there and then send it to us so we can decipher it and let them know if we can do it. I mean, usually we can do the audit or not, but sometimes people will email us just the documentation that was like completely in another language, So, we actually did also get contacted. I believe it was in China, someone in China, someone in the Philippines, So, just for those international clients, I mean, UK, Canada, Ireland, it's fine. However, if you are in a country where your documentation is in another language, please try to translate that for us in the email. If not, then when you send it to us, just put in there needs translating. But aside from that, in this segment, yeah, we'd love to help those of you who do want an auto loan or a credit card audit done. Please contact us. We can pretty much do any type of auto loan or credit card audit as well. Some of the ones with the credit unions, those reports look a little different. So, if you have a credit union, please indicate that so that when we talk to you, we know you're coming from a credit union, but we can still audit those. Those reports sometimes will look a little different because credit unions operate differently. And for those interested in our auto loans and auto loans and credit card audits, I would say click on the Diamond Report package deal link here and go to the second video. It's going to be the Ruby package. This video here is going to explain our package offering specifically for auto loans and credit cards. Okay, so that's going to be the second video on this page, and that's going to explain to you the custom pricing that we have set up And of course, everybody that Fearless Floyd sends over, as long as you use the code Fearless, gets a discount. Okay, so please keep that in mind. And you get the free course kit that we offer to the public and to his subscribers as well. But in summary, we do auto loans, audits, and credit card audits, past, present, or future. So if you had one in the past, if your car was repoed, or the credit card was shut down, we can still do it as long as you have the documentation. If you do not have the documentation, please contact us and or contact your company and see if you can get it. But there's some other ways we can go around it as well. The credit card and the securitization audits, the ones that we have done have been used in legal situations as well. They've been used with interactions between the financial companies and the consumer, and we have gotten good feedback. So just keep that in mind. It is one of the big three. So mortgage audits, auto loan audits, and credit card audits. So with that being said, in closing, I'd just like to say to Fearless Floyd subscribers, thank you to all of you. I really appreciate it. We have expanded our services. We have expanded our staff. We do have a very good support structure across the country that can go over the reports with you now. I know that was something that people were asking me about before, that they wanted one-on-one attention and things like that. So we have expanded our services and our staff to accommodate the need. So once you get a report from us, we do have a good support structure of people you could call that can go over the report with you one-on-one and also discuss your options at your discretion. And also we have a support forum where you can go and post your questions. You can read up on things other people have posted. It's a very good resource as well. But you can also email your questions as well. But we do have that available. For those of you who had ordered in the past, we also have that available now. If you do still want someone to go over the report for you, email us and ask for our referral network, and we'll give you that information. And we have an understanding with them that they will, go over the report with you and try to discuss your options at your direction. Just saying that, also that we have expanded our staff, we have expanded our processes. We are highly accurate, in our auditing services. The turnaround times, we have different turnaround times for depending on the type of report you order. Sometimes, the reports can take different amounts of time to do depending on what type of file it is, but we're pretty quickly, for the most part, we can get the reports out to you. Now, the mortgage audits, the standard ones, the forensic analysis, and the add-on reports, we can get those out with you the same week or the following week upon request. Like if you need them quickly, we can get them out to you. The reports with the screenshots and the bonds and the securities, that takes a little longer because of the data and the compilation of the data. We're a very accurate company and we want to be known as a very accurate company in what we do because we want to give the consumer a quality product. So those can take a little longer. And in some cases, however, we do have rush service available. You'd have to ask us, please ask us when you talk to me or one of our reps, and we'll see if we can actually add that on there. It's case by case. But aside from that, we have definitely expanded. We have expanded our processes, our customer service, and we did get flooded, earlier this year. And for those of you that were trying to reach us, and you still want an audit, please contact us. You will get a discount. We'd love to help you guys. And like I said, we have expanded our abilities, our customer service, and everything is fine here. So we want to maintain our good reputation. We want to maintain the fact that we're here to help people. I myself, Shawn Adli, as a CEO, I am for the consumer. I do not interact with the banks or the financial companies at all. Any interaction has to go through our legal correspondent contact information or email. So I myself maintain a for the people stance. And so our reports are for the people. And so, these reports are helping the consumers, and that's what we want to do. We have the best report in the industry, and so, I've been at this almost 15 years and we have a lot of happy customers. We have a lot of good feedback, and I want to maintain that because that's how I was raised, to be for the people. And I love channels like Fearless Floyd because he's for the people as well and others as well. And so that's my vision. That's my goal, is to maintain that throughout my entire life. And so for those out there, that, wondering, what is Mortgage Audits Online about? What is Shawn Adli about? Well, we're here for the people. I mean, think about it. Do you think the banks really like the fact that we're doing all these reports? I mean, it's completely legal. It's completely all right to do these, but you have to think about what I'm trying to do for you guys. and what we are as a team here doing. We are working for the people. Okay. I decided not to sell my company. I decided not to allow a bank to buy us out. I decided to maintain an independent structure. And, we don't answer to the bank. So we don't answer to any financial company. We answer to you, the consumer, our people, the people that we work for. And if you need something on your report changed or amended or added to, please contact us. We're here to help. We have many of our reports are used out there, legal capacity, past, present. There's a lot of happy consumers out there. There's a lot of people out there that know me. I still talk to my clients, and I hear their success stories, and so, please keep that in mind when you're moving forward, to understand that what I'm trying to do for you guys and what, my vision is as a company. But aside from that, I just would like to say, I always like to quote this, but, Nelson Mandela did say that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to change the world in a positive way through education, one client at a time. And through education with the reports is an extension of the education and our free course that we give away to the public. So with that, I say thank you to Fearless Floyd subscribers. For those of you watching this at a later date and you're not a Fearless Floyd subscriber, I would definitely recommend you subscribe to his show, because he has a lot of good information and he's for the people as well. And I guarantee you will love his stories, because I love his stories as well. But aside from that, thank you, Fearless Floyd, for having me on today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your continued support of our company. I really appreciate that.
Sure.
And we support your channel, and I just love your subscribers. They're just so easy to deal with. They're smart, they're educated, and we just love dealing with the Fearless Floyd subscriber base. And I'm so happy to see your channel growing. Thank you so much for your support, buddy.
Well, thank you very much for being here, man. It's always a pleasure to have Shawn on the show. Again, that's mortgageauditsonline.com. Go hit him up, use code Fearless, and get hooked up. Thank you, Shawn, for being here. I appreciate it. And we'll have you back again. Maybe we can get some stories with some clients.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'd love that. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Floyd.
Sure. Thank you, Shawn. Great. Have a great week. And there you go, folks. Shawn Adli from Mortgage Audits Online.